We are under the lights this evening as we get you set for another edition of Baseball on the Show. A good matchup here for you tonight between the Chicago White Sox and the Baltimore Orioles. Jose Abreu will try to write his name in history books and break the single-season home run record. Next. Wade LeBlanc, the Louisiana-born left-hander, will get the start on the mound. Dan Plesac, what do you got?
Hey, we're going to get a chance to look at a guy that he's a little bit up and down throughout points of his career. A career ERA just over 4. When he's good, he can be really good. And when he's bad, well, let's just say he can be pretty bad at times. But it'll be interesting to see which one we see. He's a little bit of Jekyll and Hyde. Hopefully he's going to be a little bit more Jekyll than Hyde in this one here today.
Into the box now, Leury Garcia. He'll get us started in this one under the lights. Line drive to center field. Under it is Hayes, and that's the first out of the inning. Now a moment here to check out the White Sox starting lineup. Anybody catch your eye, Dan?
Yeah, you know I'm going to be watching Yasmani Grandal pretty closely. He's got over 15 runs batted in his last 10 games. Like, that's some kind of a stretch. These opposing pitchers have to figure out a way to keep the guys off base in front of him, or he's going to make it really tough for them.
Standing in now, Nick Madrigal. Fly ball out toward left center field. Hayes on the run for it. He gets there and makes the play for the second out of the inning.
Batting third, the first baseman, Jose Abreu.
So here's the slugging first baseman Jose Abreu now as he enters this one with an absurdly high batting average. Definitely one of the most dangerous hitters in the league these days. From the stretch. Left side of the infield into the shift. On to first, and they don't come any easier than that. A 3-pitch inning, and the side is retired. Down in order go the White Sox, and now the O's will get their first crack at it. No score. Michael Kopech will get the starting assignment in this one for the Chi Sox. What do we need to know here, Danny?
Hey, Matt, we're getting a look at a guy that's really dependable. Last 3 starts, ERA just under 3.00, and that's some pretty good pitching. Minimizes the amount of walks, keeps his hits down, and if he can do more of the same of that, he should have some pretty good fortune in this one here today.
Into the box now, Ryan Mountcastle. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first.
Mountcastle.
Pitch on the way. And guys, you take a look at the White Sox entering play here tonight. They come in unbeaten and playing well here in the early going.
Matty, this is the best team in baseball right now. I mean, just a double-digit winning streak that, I mean, maybe happens to 2 or 3 teams a year. You get this hot. This team is rocking in all facets right now, and they're a fun watch.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Again, he sends it out of play. Chopped at third. Moncada fields it cleanly. Throw on to first in time, 1 away.
Batting second.
Now a moment here in Baltimore for the Orioles starting lineup. Danny, who stands out to you?
Well, Matty, I'm going to be looking to see if that guy in the 7 spot can continue to stay hot. Looking at the stat sheet, I was just blown away. He has 10 RBIs in his last 10 games. He's the guy you can't let beat you if you're on the other team, and we'll see if he can keep it up in this one.
And digging into the batter's box will be Hanser Alberto. As the first pitch misses to him, it's ball 1. He enters here right at the 290 mark. 4 home runs and 25 driven in. The 1-0 home. Timing just to tick off there as this one's fouled off to the right. 1 out, nobody on. And it's fouled away. This is foul right side. The 1-2. Pulled high in the air out to left field.
Waiting on it is Jimenez.
And that's the second out of the inning.
Batting third, the shortstop, Jose Iglesias.
Settling in now, Jose Iglesias. And as you take a look at the splits here, he's actually better against right-handed pitching this season. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Good bite to the slider, and he takes strike one. Behind 0-2 now.
Not surprised he's laid on a heater right there. Just saw an off-speed pitch. Wanted to stay back a little bit too long.
Left side. Moncada has it. Throw over to Abreu is in time, and with it the side is retired. 1-2-3 go the Orioles. We are still scoreless. So here's the cleanup hitter, Eloy Jimenez, as he enters this one with an absurdly high batting average. Definitely one of the most dangerous hitters in the league these days. Now here's a bouncing ball headed for Iglesias at short. Throw to first will be in time, and there's one gone here to start the second.
Batting fifth, the catcher.
All right, let's take a look at the defensive alignment for the Orioles. And let's focus our attention on one of the most dynamic defenders in our sport, and that's shortstop Jose Iglesias. I want to tell one of our camera guys, do not take your lens off this guy, because he is going to make a highlight reel play every game, and I guarantee something goes down today.
Yasmani Grandal stands in as he checks his swing here for strike one. Guys, the Orioles, as they begin play here tonight, fair to say they're not playing their best baseball right now. Losers of 5 of their last 6.
Yeah, Matty, I hope these guys were listening today during the hitters meeting, because they have not been swinging the bats well. They only scored 1 run in the loss yesterday, and somewhere along the line, this offense has to execute at a higher level if this team's going to compete.
Batting fifth, the center fielder, Luis Robert.
Ready now, Luis Robert. Couple of hits for him in 4 trips in yesterday's game. Here comes the first pitch. Grounder down the line at third. And he dives, but he can't make the play. It lands foul. The 0-1 delivery. Still looking for our first hit in the ball game. Lifted down the line in right and back out of play. Count holds it 0-2. Nothing in 2 count, and the pitch. Lofted in the air out toward right center. Hayes on the run for it, but he won't get there. It falls in. And a good effort to bring it back in quickly, but he's in at second base with a double.
Batting seventh, the third baseman, Moncada.
Next to bat will be the Cuban import, Moncada. Oh, and he has some trouble with it. And nothing will come of the 2-out double as the inning is over. Danger averted following the 2-out double. Through an inning and a half, no score on the show. And here's Renato Nunez. He's set to lead off the home half of the second.
Hitter, Renato
Infield in the overshift here. Now the pitch. And a fastball's in there for strike one. Now time to list the umpires in this one. Behind the plate is Jerry Hillsdale.
Dero, Jerry Hillsdale might be one of the more solid everyday umpires in the league right now.
Yeah, I think he's one of the best in the business, Dan. High praise all around. You go into both meetings with the managers, and what do? They rave about Jerry Hillsdale.
Swing and a miss on the fastball, and that's the first out.
Boy, he's having a hard time just putting the ball in play right now. He took the hat trick with 3 strikeouts yesterday, and here's another one today. Looks to me like he just needs to simplify his approach and focus on making some contact.
Anthony Santander the next to bat, as he will take a fastball in there at the knees for strike one. The batting average down in the low 210s. 2 home runs and 23 driven in. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Strike 2. And a fastball blew it right by him, and there are 2 down.
He's just got great strikeout stuff. In his last start, he racked up double-digit Ks, and it looks like he could finish up in that range again here. He's really an exciting pitcher to watch when he's sending guys packing like this.
Pedro Severino digs in at the plate, as the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike one.
Man, that's 7 straight strikes to start this inning. He's got a chance at an immaculate inning.
The 0-1. Hit down the third baseline, but that'll get foul. It's 0-2 now. Trying to strike out the side. Here it is. Swing and a miss. Blew the fastball right by him, and the inning is over. So add one more name to the record book here as he strikes out the side on 9 pitches. 2 complete. Still scoreless here on the show. Top of the third set to get underway, and that'll bring forth the veteran outfielder, Gerard Dyson. First offering on its way. And he starts the number 8 hitter with a strike. 0-1. Dyson, originally from Mississippi, he was taken in the very late rounds during the first-year player draft of 2006.
I know this guy wouldn't go into the category of superstar, but to grind out the career he has being drafted where he was, my hat's off to him. Nice execution right there, Dan. Kept his front shoulder in, kept his hands inside the baseball, and ripped the base hit up the middle.
And if you're a pitcher right there, you can't get discouraged. Sometimes even when you make a good pitch, the ball's going to find a hole somewhere. That one right up the middle.
So now to the plate, Danny Mendick. On a line, that's a base hit into left field. Oh, and the throw back in is a wild one.
Hey, after that base knock right there, he's into double digits, Dero. That's a 10-game hitting streak.
Oh, you talking about double digits, Dan? Now it's getting firm. We're seeing the batting average go up. We're seeing the homers go up. We're seeing the RBIs go up. Everything is moving north.
In now, Leury Garcia. A line shot to third base.
The batter, number 1, second baseman, Nick Madrigal.
Now in the box, Nick Madrigal. Flied out in his first at-bat, so make him 0 for 1 so far. He's set. Here it comes. Line drive to left. Catch made in left. Here comes the runner for the plate. But the throw is well up the line, and he scores easily.
Well, that wasn't your standard sac fly hit. It was hit pretty low and hard, so it wasn't a given they were going to send it. But they did, and they add a number to the run column.
So here's Jose Abreu. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Ground ball left side. Throw on to first gets him, and the side is retired. White Sox pick up just the 1. We'll move on to the bottom of inning number 3. It's the White Sox 1 and the Orioles nothing. Austin Hayes the next to bat. He starts off the inning against a guy who struck out the side last inning. How did they get to him here?
I'm not sure, Matt, that they want to stay as patient. He's been throwing a lot of strikes. They might want to start swinging a little bit earlier in the count.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. High in the air out towards shallow right. Dyson's there. He's got it 1 away. And with that, we give you a look here at the standings entering play in the AL Central. Now at the plate, DJ Stewart. In yesterday's game, he was responsible for the only run driven in by his club. Infield shifted well to the right. Here's the first pitch. Stewart is a big threat in a matchup like this. He's got a ton of pop against right-handed pitching.
Yeah, I think because of his approach. He's not a dead pull guy. You want to try and sneak a piece of cheese in or hang something over the heart of the plate, he's going to absolutely crush it. But anything going away from him goes right into his bat path.
Oh, and this is swung on and missed. 4 strikeouts already, and that's out number 2.
Well, he's really locked in at this point in the game on the bump. So far this inning, 4 pitches and 2 outs. Got the first guy on 1 pitch, and then absolutely dominates this at bat with a 3-pitch strikeout.
Stepping in now, Ramon Urias. As he'll go after the first pitch to him and comes up empty, it's strike 1. This guy's still looking at a 0 in the hit column. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Now a fastball as he just reared up and let that one fly, and the inning is over. 3 up, 3 down for the Orioles. They still trail 1-0. All set for the start of the 4th. And next it'll be the outfielder, Eloy Jimenez. First offering on its way. Drilled on the ground to short. Iglesias is up with it. Throw to first in time. 1 gone here in the 4th. Good time now to check out the Orioles Road to the Show report as you see a couple of guys in the upper levels that have been making waves of late. Here's the catcher, Yasmani Grandal. Slow roller down the third baseline. And he's safe at first as he beats this one out by about a half a step.
Dan, that hit right there extends his hit streak to 8 games. Are you aware of stuff like that?
No doubt about it right now. He's swinging the bat really well, and after that knock right there, hey, listen, 8 games is nothing to sneeze at, so you could say, hey, he's going a whole calendar week with getting at least 1 base hit, so there's a lot of positives going on right now.
1 for 1 as he reached base with a double his first time up. The 0-1 delivery. And he takes something off there and had him way out in front for strike 2. Grandal stands at first with one out. Fouled off. Another 0-2 home. Grounded down the third baseline. To second for one. On to first as they get the double play to get him out of the inning. Around the horn they go. 5-4-3 to end the threat. Back with more here on a Tuesday night after this. Striding in once again, Ryan Mountcastle back to the top of the lineup as they're still looking for their first base runner in this one.
No doubt about that, Matt. They've yet to figure this guy out on the mound. He's looked great so far.
He has, but we'll see if this second trip through the order changes anything.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what kind of adjustments these hitters are able to make in the middle innings of this game.
Now here it comes. Hit well on the ground to first. And that's through for a hit. And this is going to rattle up against the out-of-town scoreboard now. And he'll pull into second here with nobody out.
Everyone knows that this guy's numbers are not where he wants them to be so far this year, but you never know by that swing. He looked fluid and confident driving that pitch for a double. We'll see if that gets him going a bit.
To the plate now, Hanser Alberto as he grounds one briskly to short. And there's one away.
The batter, number 11, shortstop, Jose Iglesias.
So striding in, Jose Iglesias as he'll look to bring home that tying run from second with a base hit into the outfield. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. No runs, just one hit, one error thus far for Baltimore. Strike two swinging just out in front of the slider.
Hey, 2 pitches at the knees right now and you're down 0-2. This is where you got to fight. I want to see a 2-strike approach. Maybe a little choke up, maybe a little fight up the middle the other way. Grind back into this count.
Got him.
Yeah, as they say, there's a hole in his swing in that location, so a good job there of exploiting that. That can be real hard for some guys to overcome when teams start figuring out what locations you just can't handle.
At the plate now, Renato Nunez, as he'll swing and miss at a first pitch slider at strike one. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. Hit well towards the hole. Throw over to Abreu is in time, and with it the side is retired. So no runs on a hit here, no errors, 1 man left on. We played 4 full. It's the White Sox 1 and the Orioles nothing. Up next for Chicago, Yoan Moncada. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time.
Yoan Moncada.
He comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. This is line to left. Santander's got it, and there's one away.
Jumped all over that first pitch of the inning, and he didn't miss it. Just wasn't able to steer it in a direction that resulted in a leadoff hit.
Here's Gerard Dyson. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Line drive to center field. That gets down, and he's got himself a base hit.
You think there's any justice in the game? Watch those 2 at bats. Both of them hit on the absolute screws. One's right at one guy, and then one's a single. Go figure.
Into the box now, Danny Mendick. Strike called, now the throw down. Not in time as he steals second.
Yeah, I don't think there's any doubt, Matty. The ball isn't carrying well tonight, and we haven't seen any home runs, so sometimes you have to try for something else. Now, with seeing I single could be all it takes to push a run across.
Here's the 0-1 pitch. Runner goes for third. Hard liner to center field. That gets down. He's got himself a base hit. He's in at second safely as a run will score on the play as well. Well, that stolen base a minute ago just became that much more important.
Yeah, Matt, if the runner's on first, this hit may or may not bring him home, but he was on second, so he cruises across the plate for the run. It's all about finding ways to manufacture runs, and they did just that there.
Standing in now, Leury Garcia. Back up the middle and in for a base hit. And a leap, but it's over his head at second. And he is in to score from second as the throwing mistake defensively came back to factor into that one. And time will be called here as the pitching coach heads out to the mound and hopefully try and settle this guy down a bit. At the plate, Nick Madrigal, as he'll swing at the first pitch and bang one into right center field. That's a base hit. And they'll have runners at the corners following the one-out single. And the screen shows the story right there, as that hitting streak will live to see another day.
Yeah, he certainly has. He's seeing the ball so big, Matty. You see the confidence oozing off him in the box. He hasn't fished at anything in the last month or so. So I don't expect this to go away anytime soon.
So now to the plate, Jose Abreu. And on the first pitch, he grounds foul. He's hitless in his 2 at-bats so far. A 1 pitch on its way. Swing, and there it goes. He got all of this one. Gone into the home bullpen for a home run. So a 3-run shot to left center, and that'll tie him for the all-time record. 73 on the year. As they pile on, it's now 6-0. And that home run, obviously a big one, as he has now tied the record for most home runs in a season. One more, and he'll become the all-time record holder. Here comes the Baltimore skipper out of the dugout on his way to the mound. And a change is coming here, and that's going to do it for Wade LeBlanc. So he'll make his way to the dugout after working just 4 1/3, and he just didn't have his best stuff in this one. Alexander Vizcaíno gets the call to pitch here, and he'll try to sort this mess out. He's going to try to at least eat a couple of innings for his guys.
Vizcaíno.
In now, Eloy Jimenez.
The left fielder, Eloy.
As he lifts it in the air to right field. And he will make the play out there, and there are 2 away now. There's a look at the final line for the Orioles starter, and clearly he was off his game this evening.
Yeah, nothing seemed in sync for him out there in this one, Matt. He just couldn't get the ball where he wanted to, and the opponents really took advantage of that. That's a brutal feeling sitting in the dugout. Know that you disappointed your team and you went out there and laid an egg.
And now a pitch on the way. Hit sharply on the ground. And the inning will continue as that's through for a 2-out hit.
Hey, not an easy thing to do right there, D-Row, with that stacked infield on the right side. To hit it through where the shift is, have to hit that in the right place at the right time.
Yeah, he found a good result right there, Dan. Pitcher actually executed right there. Got him to hit it where he wanted to. Put good barrel, good contact.
Oh, a diving effort as it's off his glove. And he'll make it to first easily on what will almost certainly be ruled an infield single.
Nice effort by the shortstop right there. Kept it in front of him. That's all he could do right there, Dan.
You know, D-Row, in a spot like that, that's an infield single. That's a tough play. Just to knock that ball down was a pretty good job. But any way you look at it, that should be scored a base hit, and I'm sure it was.
No balls and a strike to count. No hits to this point. Ready with the 0-1 pitch. Now he goes the other way, and he got a lot of it high and deep to left center field. And this is turning ugly now as this ball's down for extra bases. And not in time as the second run scores.
This thing was a double or more the second it left his bat. He really drove it well, and it ended up one hopping the wall out there. And more importantly, he picks up 2 RBI along the way.
Into the box, Gerard Dyson, as he'll take a changeup here for strike 1. 2 hits in 2 trips for him thus far. Is swung on and driven out to right center field. A ball that's well hit. Hayes on the run for it. Into the bleachers and gone. So it's a 2-run shot to right center. Home run number 9 on the year as they just continue to pour it on here.
Another excellent swing right there. That's multiple home runs in the same inning. Watch yourself. You're missing over the heart of the plate.
Dean Kremer gets the call to pitch here, and he'll try to sort this mess out. He's going to try to at least eat a couple of innings for his guys. Stepping in now, Danny Mendick. And here's a ball in the air now, carrying a bit out toward right center. Right fielder giving chase. He tracks it down, and that will end the inning. But not before they hang a 9 spot on him here to really open up this ball game. Home half of the 5th coming up. It's the White Sox 10 and the Orioles nothing. Welcome back for the bottom of the 5th. Here's Heidi Watney.
Matt, I had a chance to discuss the state of the Orioles offense with their manager between innings, and he told me he's pretty unhappy with their discipline at the plate in this one. He said they've been chasing at pitches out of the zone all game, which obviously doesn't usually lead to good results. Until they start being more selective with their swings, he said they will continue to struggle.
Good stuff, Heidi. Thanks. Digging in, Anthony Santander. He leads off in the bottom of the 5th as they look to break through on the scoreboard for the first time in this one.
Yeah, baseball is a game of adjustments, and it's time they start making some. They don't need to change their entire approach necessarily, but now is maybe when they start thinking about ways to get the guy on the mound out of his rhythm a bit.